What's up folks, Max here, and I wanted to make a quick Killer Instinct update video to some recent ongoing stuff that has actually been updated with the game since what we saw at E3 in 2013. A lot of you guys saw a lot of my extended coverage, and I really appreciate all the feedback on it, but there has been a lot of stuff that has recently been changed that we found out about as a result of this awesome game trailers behind the scenes video. So let's highlight a couple of these things to get a better understanding of what we can expect from what's going to happen at Killer Instinct and the new build being at EVO. One of the bigger things that I think a lot of people will be excited about, and myself especially since I mentioned it in the previous videos, was that blood seems to have definitely changed in the new build of Killer Instinct. It's much brighter, it actually splashes on the ground now, and it also looks like Sabrewulf's blood color has also been changed as well. A little interesting note and a little interesting thing that they finally touched up, which I really appreciate. We finally get to see Glacius in action, albeit it's extremely brief, but what you can get from this is that he is tall. The character is freaking ridiculously huge, and I'm really anxious to see how he plays. What I do like is that he's actually got his shoulder charge back from the previous game, just based off this footage. And they also show briefly a piece of his character art and design, but it looks a lot different than how Glacius appears in the trailer that was first released for Killer Instinct, so I don't know exactly what's going on there. There's a chance it might be old character concept art. Now, a lot of guys are going crazy about this thing about potential tag team being in the game. This is actually not what is going on. Within a couple of these different segments, you see these different, like, life bars, or some extra text above the character's health energy bars. This is actually placeholders for, like, gamertag icons and things like that, most likely. That's what I'm guessing. We finally got to see a new stage, and holy crap, Sabrewulf stage, at least that's what I'm guessing it is, looks freaking awesome. It's like a motif of, like, 1920 to 1930s, like, you know, old horror movies at the same time. There's a lot of throwbacks, a lot of color, a lot of action, and a lot of movement going on in the stage, with, like, a castle in the background, and I see a lot of lightning and stuff like that. Looks freaking awesome. Like, it almost looks like it's comparable to, like, Sabrewulf's original stage. I'm really excited for this one, and I think I'm even more excited to hear the theme for it. Like I was saying earlier, Sabrewulf's blood color was also changed to red, and some of his attacks were actually changed in color as well. You might have noticed in the previous videos, Sabrewulf's claws, slashes, and swipes were all colored green in detail, as well as his, like, instinct mode, but now it's blue, so it seems that they are changing a little bit of things. This is probably the most remedial of all the changes and so minor, but it's interesting that they're actually going about looking at small adjustments like this throughout the cast. And finally, one thing that I actually knew about personally, but I didn't get to hear really well at E3, was the musical notes that go with Ultras. For you guys that don't know, Ultra animations in the game now actually have music that go with them, with the beat of the Ultra. And supposedly from the developers, they were saying it's going to be different for every stage and every character. So, wow, it seems freaking awesome. Just so you guys can get an understanding of what I'm talking about, I'll let the video run through. You get a brief glimpse of what Sabrewulf's Ultra sounds like on Jago's stage to see what I'm talking about. But stay tuned, guys. EVO is just around the corner. I'm going to go and get as much KI footage as I possibly can and talk with the devs about the game in full detail about what their plans are, the characters, and stuff like that. Thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the breakdown. My name is Max, and consider subscribing if you're looking forward to more Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct.